Hey, what's going on, guys? So today we're going to talk about the controversy coming up. And I mean, it's not really controversy to me, but there's been controversy in the vegan community about how Joey Carbstrong is going to be debating Tristan Tate and maybe even Andrew Tate. I don't know. He might be there in the middle of the debate. And yeah, I mean, I was made aware of this news a couple days ago that this is going to happen, and I was super excited about it, although I'm not too sure if it's going to actually happen. And a lot of vegans, I guess primarily on Twitter, are opposed to this debate happening. So I'm just going to cover my general thoughts on it and whether or not Joey Carbstrong should debate Tristan Tate. I'm going to go over some of the arguments I've seen online, and this video really doesn't have a script. This is going to be very like off the cuff, just giving my general thoughts. So please let me know down below what you think of whether or not they should have this debate. But please hear me out before doing so, because I think I have some things to say that maybe some people just haven't thought about. And by the way, I'm going to be saying the Tates as opposed to Tristan Tate, because I feel like there will be both of them there if the debate even happens. So the main objection I've seen is that, why would we platform somebody who is a sex trafficker or a super sexist individual? This shouldn't be happening, etc. Now, obviously, if you compare both Joey Carbstrong and the Tate's followers, it's not really clear to me that Joey Carbstrong is platforming Tristan Tate. It seems like it's the other way around. I mean, are we going to say that when Joey Carbstrong went on to Piers Morgan, that Joey was platforming Piers Morgan? Probably not. So I'm not really sure where this idea comes from that Joey Carbstrong is platforming Tristan Tate more than Tristan Tate is platforming Joey. So with this in mind, we can infer that, Joey has an opportunity to get the vegan message out to a large audience. And not just a large audience, but what in my view is a very impressionable and lost audience, such as the people who view the Tates as a role model. To the reasonable people watching, I don't think I should have to explain how, the fans of Andrew and Tristan Tate are very likely just these kinds of lost and very impressionable men who are in need of a father figure or role model of some type. Now, in response to what I just said about how Joey has this opportunity to talk to so many people about the vegan message, many vegans opposing the debate are saying, well, there's not really a point because Tristan Tate's fans by default are misogynist and sexist and just immoral. So what's the point of even going on there if we can't convince them to begin with? Why would they care about animals? They're all very terrible people to begin with. This framing kind of assumes that the only people that will be viewing this debate are Joey's fans and Tristan Tate's fans. Now, to be clear, that isn't true whatsoever, and we'll get to that in a bit. But let's just assume that it is the case that only Joey and Tate's fans will be viewing this debate, and that Tristan and Andrew's fans are incapable of viewing veganism as reasonable because they are by default misogynist, sexist, bad people, etc. Does this logic go both ways? Should we also think it's insignificant that Joey's fans will be exposed to Tristan Tate's platform and his ideas because Joey's fans are vegans, so they won't view Tristan Tate's ideas as reasonable? If so, why should we be worried about Joey's fans being exposed to Tristan and Andrew Tate and their messaging? And to be clear, I'm not saying that this logic necessarily goes both ways. Perhaps these vegans opposing the debate think that a Tate fan adopting vegan views is far less likely than a vegan adopting Tate's views. So I want to touch one more time on how Tate will be platforming Joey as opposed to Joey will be platforming Tate. When reasoning this point, we don't just have to look at the follower count between Joey and Tristan Tate and, I guess Andrew Tate as well, because like I said before, I think he'll be included here. We have to look at the current level of engagement and relevance that the Tates have online at this moment. And I mean, given their lawsuit and, how Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate have been on the come up for the last year and a half, I mean, they're one of the most famous people on the internet right now. And Tristan's not going to be doing this debate, apparently, until he's free to stream and, once his house arrest rules are off the table. So there's just so much potential here. I mean, like, imagine the day that Tristan Tate and all of them are able to stream again. There might be news reports just saying like, Tates are now able to stream online again or something. And there'll be like some article talking about that. And what if one of the first streams he has is with Joey Carbstrong about veganism? So the main point here I'm trying to get at is that this debate goes beyond Joey's audience and Andrew and Tristan Tate's audience. This debate can go viral and hit non-vegans and non-Tate followers. It could even be exposed to people that don't like Tate but aren't necessarily vegan. Imagine somebody who's not vegan but also doesn't necessarily like the Tates. Let's say they actually dislike the Tates strongly and they see a headline saying that, Tristan Tate has just debated a vegan on veganism. They might be motivated to click the video and see Tristan Tate get destroyed or something, or maybe they'll just be more open to the views because they don't like Tate but they're kind of neutral on veganism. There's so many different ways to view this. It's not just going to be, Tristan Tate and his Andrew Tate sexist misogynist fans are the only people that are going to see this. No, it's going to be normal people, neutral people, people that dislike Tate but are neutral on veganism, etc. And just think about what will be, put forward from Joey in this exchange in front of all of these potential people. He's literally just putting out vegan argumentation. He may talk about the cruelty that animals go through that many people just aren't even aware of. If you're just gonna drop this opportunity because you think it's so deontologically wrong or something, you have like some weird deontological objection to going on a debate with a supposed or alleged trafficker or sexist or misogynist, it's hard for me to agree with you. Like, I can agree that, you know, these are terrible people, but I also can't deny that the impact of this debate can be insane. Like, are you really just going to sit here and just drop this opportunity because, oh, it's like icky to converse with somebody as, you know, immoral as Andrew and Tristan Tate? It would be super silly for the vegan community to drop this opportunity. And this video isn't just dedicated to this Joey Tristan, you know, exchange. It's also just dedicated to setting a precedent that we should not be opposed to opportunities like this. If we are, we're gonna have our arguments be out there, you know, significantly less, just because, oh my God, like some people are offended that we're having an exchange with somebody who is a piece of shit. The fact is, they have a large audience, many of which is very impressionable and maybe hasn't even heard about this stuff. The debate has a lot of viral potential, especially given that it's around the time when the person in question is no longer on house arrest, it can stream again, which comes with all this viral potential, as I've been explaining in this video, having non-vegans see it, non-Tate fans see it, people that don't like Tate seeing it, etc. So yeah, I mean, that's just my general views on this. It is quite bizarre to me even that people just from the get-go are saying that Joey would be platforming him. Just go ahead and look at their follower accounts. I'm not even gonna put them on the screen. Even just look up like Google Trends for the Tates versus like veganism or something like that. The Tates are all over the internet. Getting the vegan message out there is clearly worth it in this situation. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you support my work and want to get early access to it, you can click the link in the pinned comment and support me on Patreon. And if you don't know, I do have a book going over most, if not all, of the anti-vegan arguments you're gonna hear online. If you want to get that as well, that'll be linked in the pinned comment. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
Dude,
fuck off. I don't want anything to do with you. Don't ever speak to me again. You're a fucking piece of shit.
even vegans don't get your weird, stupid wannabe sense of irony here. Who is your audience? Nobody gets these dumb jokes. Dude,